Hi everyone, I'm Ray, founder of Bearback, and I'm so excited to have you here today because, as you can see, we are doing the first sneak peek at Tribe iOS. And if you've seen Tribe on the web version and during our soft launch so far, it looks great. However, the iOS app of Tribe is truly magical. And before we get too far into it, I want you to know that yes, we will have an Android version coming out down the line. I would like you to know that our servers, databases, just the way everything is functioning and built, of course, all the user data that goes on to the platform is all tied together. And the Android system, for lack of better words, is already built and connected. Really, what we need to do is build the interface and how beautiful it looks to match this stunning look that we have for Tribe iOS. And I'm so excited to get more into it. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, if you don't know what Tribe is Bareback's 21 plus uncensored social universe. What Tribe is for us is that, as the Bareback tribe, we welcome truly all tribes from pups and otters and jocks and chubs and everyone in between, right? And so that's where the slogan comes from. But the bareback, what that means, if you broke down the definition, right, it would be a group, a tribe of people that celebrate each other's uniquenesses on a day-to-day basis. And that's what we've done since day one. And we talked and um, I don't want to say marketed that because that sounds not so authentic, but authentically just myself and the team, the bareback team, we have talked about building a community, and we'll get more into that if you haven't, or just go back on our Instagram somewhere and you'll see all these kind of things. However, today's video is solely going to be talking about Tribe iOS, so you can see all the really cool things about it, and get you excited for it, and we're not far off. So to get started, where we are in development with Tribe iOS, which will be our primary focus, the mobile apps of Tribe will be where we focus everything, and then the website version will kind of play catch up. At first we built the website version so we could build the infrastructure and just kind of see and how it would flow and work for us. And it was doing great. And we built a lot of infrastructure, just like with Bruce AI. Now, that's something we'll get into later. However, we've already been building this system and the Bruce Bug system and all kinds of things for a long time now. And Tribe itself, we started working on Tribe. We did take a long time in the middle of this, but we've been working on it, for multiple years now. We had hired developers in the past. We had hired a team. We had done prototypes. We had flushed out ideas that I have also in this version of the iOS app, but even more grand than you could ever think of. And I'll tie those back here and there. And it's just something that we're super excited is finally here now that we've been able to really hone in and make it fantastic. Like, I could never have dreamed how great it is. It is now, years ago when we first started, because even the things I've built with this iOS app is mind-blowing to me that we've been able to do this. And again, it looks beautiful. And let's get started. All right, so my screen is recording here, so I am popping it up on the here so you see exactly what I see. And I'm going to keep talking, but let's get started. So I'm going to type it in here. Okay, ready? That's Bruce getting sucked up, and get in, loser. We're going to Tribe. And if you get the reference, that's definitely a Mean Girls reference, right? All right, so right now you'll see Tribe, and you'll see just the absolute beauty of just the login screen, right? You saw the splash animation was super fun. It's Bruce getting sucked up into the UFO, going to Tribe, right? It's going to the Bareback universe. And so, of course, we made the theme of Tribe iOS all universe and space and deep space, and really, really cool. And I can't wait to keep showing you. So as you see, just the login screen, the stars are moving. We have multiple layers of background here with different parallax scrolling effects and animation and the comments going, as you can see. And it's just truly special. Now, what's great is if you haven't either signed up for Tribe already on the web version, and or you have but haven't checked it out in a little bit because we're in a soft launch and we're not really promoting it while we're building it. Still, we're just kind of letting people know it exists and check it out. And you can always upload your information to the contest on the page on the for the loop contest through Bearback we're having late summer. And so, with that being said, you know if you're a new user or an existing user, we are now only using a email login system. So no matter if you're new or not, you're going to click here to continue with your email. I'm just going to pop in my Bearback email. And now if you were a new user, it would send you a magic link, it's called, a code to that email that you're going to get, same as if I'm an existing user. So here we go, sent. Now let me go to my inbox. Let me pull that code. Here we go. And now something interesting I'll show you. So see this email looks really nice and branded. Well, then you see it kind of looks muddy on the numbers. If I turn off dark mode on my phone, actually you can see how much more vibrant and proper colors it is. I just pointed out because we're talking about all the little things. In the iCloud app or other apps, it doesn't do that even in dark mode. It's just Gmail does that. And it's just something that Gmail does. And it's kind of sad 'cause it's ugly, but that's its own thing. Anyways, so let's go back to Tribe and we're going to paste in our code. Ooh, I love the warp hole animation. Like there are so many great things about the fun things of Tribe that just make it super unique. Now, as you can see already on the screen, actually I'm going to blur it out so you can't. The point of Tribe is not just to have another grid of men or whatever on your phone that's nearby you, right? That's definitely a thing we have, and we'll get way more, but it's super cool how we did it, unlike the other apps, Grindr, Sniffies, and so on. But with those, other brands, there's comes a lot of things such as endless ads, bots, just like a lot of garbage, right? And that's what happens when you're big and you don't properly set things up in the beginning to verify users. And that's what we've done. So every new user, and I will do another walkthrough showing actually what it all looks like at another time. But new users will go through the did it facial recognition software, and I promise it's not taking your biometrics. I'm pretty sure. I think it's a scan. I say that now, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I mean, look at our terms and conditions. It's very thorough around in there. What I mean is the third party, we trust them, and it scans your ID. And it makes sure that your image matches what it sees in the camera when you do this verify selfie. And then you also, it checks your age, make sure you're 21 plus and that your ID isn't expired, for example. This alone helps us mitigate a few things, right? People having duplicate accounts, people having kind of throwaway accounts where then it's on the grid and then they're gone. And someone's using someone else's photos potentially, and it's just a whole thing, right? But now don't get me wrong, your profile picture could be different than what your ID picture shows. When we have a software built into Tribe actually to help verify that more so without limiting people on what their profile picture is. We'll get again into that soon. There's so much to go over, I promise. Very unique. So it makes it safer by default. We have a little bit more structure, a little less riffraff, especially like on Sniffy. Sometimes I get very curious on the people on there, and I'm not saying I haven't met up with a lot of them, but this is meant to be a safer environment, especially, Bareback. We're all about the tribe, right? We're all about you guys. We're all about making a place that's safe and welcoming for everyone. And we all want to meet people online and meet new friends and so on. And you don't know, especially these days, who's on these apps, right? And there have been plenty of things in the news and articles regarding, like ICE and other organizations on Grindr and stuff looking for and kind of trapping people in a way, right? And so I'm just going to say allegedly, just in case that's not true. And apparently all the YouTubers say that. So I'm just going to say allegedly that's the case. But let's be honest. So with that being said, though, this one step right here with the ID, and it takes 20 seconds for it to go and it gets scanned. And as long as it all matches and it does a live check, and I'll actually put it here. I got to do a little editing. That means, and I'll put what we see, well, I see, because I'm the only one who has access to it from the team, what the did it third party verification system shows. And you can see here that, like, when you get to the stage of putting at your ID and you do the live, like, self, make sure you're not like a deep fake kind of situation, which we also have technology built into Tribe to prevent that, which is super cool. But what happens is lost my train of thought. We can see kind of like you propping your phone up and getting it ready so you can, like, get your face in the system, and it's kind of funny. So you'll see it here, just so you know we are watching you and not joking. And it's only if I look at the portal. And honestly, I don't need to look at the portal. As long as everything matches and it's pretty good. And yeah, so don't worry. Anyways, I'm talking a lot. You know that. Nothing real. You always fast forward, but whatever. Anyways, so let's get started. So let me unfreeze that to the home page and home hub. Okay, and now we are at the main hub of Tribe. Now, you see the beautiful background scrolling through still, the color changing words, and so on. Now, in the upper right-hand corner, we have the notification bell. So you click on that, you'll see all the notifications that you've gotten from either admins or things that you've done in the tribe. And of course, you can dismiss them. Obviously, there's a lot of things because this is my admin and beta account, like whatever. And so I just wanted to show you that, and and you can also filter them and everything and X out of that. But anyways, then there is the 3 dots up here, but we're gonna come back to that in a little bit. I don't wanna start off with what's in that menu, so hang tight, because there's a lot of things, so let's all around this app. So we're gonna go back and forth for sure. I am gonna stop and talk about other things in between because it builds up to what all of this is and how we did this and what makes it even more uniquely special than something that you will not notice until I tell you. I promise you that. All right, so with that being said, you have the quick actions menu, which is by default open. Since Tribe is a social platform, we do have a social feed. You can see the social feed actually right here on the screen, right down there, and it opens. And by default, and I'm going to talk about this for a moment, by default, everything on Tribe for iOS is defaulted to not safe for work. Now, it could be literally, as we talk about in the tutorial that pops up when you're a new user in the beginning when you're using Tribe, it even tells you that even a picture, let's say, of cats, like kitty cats, in a church praying, like as innocent as that could sound and be, which, yes, it is, will be marked automatically on Tribe iOS as a not safe for work content uploaded by a user. The reason for that is because Apple does not allow mature content by default on the apps. Apple's very much so against adult content on the iOS store, so the App Store, meaning that any apps Apple allows on their ecosystem of app stores for your devices, crazy, right? They control and don't allow that stuff. That's why, like on Grindr, for example, the reason you can't have a like nudity in your profile image with it maybe not being like kind of crossed out, or sometimes Android users get away with it because they have different moderation systems is or something, or you use certain terms in like your bio name or things like that, and they don't allow it, like the clouds or eggplant and stuff like that. That's because when an update for an iOS app, well, sorry, again, any app in the App Store goes through Apple, so you can go to all your users, unless it's an internal beta test, which is different. Any updates has to go through app review. App review is a very important, and it's the really like first and last line of defense. So it's both of the things that can get in and out of the app store. Now, there's other teams that go behind and they do other checks if something gets reported and so on. And now you may be saying, okay, Ray, I understand that. So an update comes through, app user is going to check it, and if they see even a user's profile and they click on it and there's nudity or there's explicit terms, they will get rejected. Their app update will get rejected, and it will end up just causing them more time or money, development issues, whatever, to hide or fix or to ban that user, allegedly. However, I would like to say at this point in time that actually, you know what? You might know this already, but if not, I'm going to save it for a little bit later. But remember, App Store and why I know these things. Well, one, of course, it's important as a developer to know and follow the rules, and we don't want to cause any problems or have our app pulled, the day after it launches or in 5 years from now, right? So, with that being said, everything is marked as not safe for work on Tribe. Right here at the top of the quick actions menu, you'll see this bar, write a post to your feed. That is where you're going to make a post to Tribe. Now, of course, just like a Facebook post, an X post, same concept. You're sharing to the social feed. But again, it's marked not safe for work. So even if it is not safe for work content, wink, wink, it has its barricades. And just like on X, it is allowed, right? But if you notice on things like X, you have the iOS app and it will tell you to go to like settings and enable like explicit content or something, right? It brings you to the web, makes you sign in, it makes you go to settings, etc. And it makes you click like the toggle that says I allow this kind of content, and then it like registers in their server, and on the iOS app it will allow you to see your favorite gooners and so on. And that's because there's mechanisms involved there, right? Apple does not allow that by default. It's a good thing for safety users. Totally get it. So that's where that comes from. That's why everything in the platform is marked not safe for work, because every user is marked safe for work, right? And what I mean by that is, as a new user and someone, unless you explicitly turn on not safe for work mode, you are considered a safe for work user. And there's even a profile option I'll show you later that you can click so people will know that you're permanently a safe for work content person that they can follow and not have to worry about seeing something spicy potentially. And again, I'm saying this because not that we're condoning that you should be putting any type of user generated content, meaning your content on the platform that has mature themes, but we're keeping safeguards because we want to make sure that all the users, regardless of who you are, can use Tribe. But then we kind of separate things. And there's way more that goes into this that would make more sense on the really cool and unique things that really put Tribe at the forefront of the apps out there, even though we're just starting off. So with that, as you see, we have you make a text, test, a cough, cough, whatever. Of course, add a photo or video, your hashtags, add a poll, question, add some things. Really cute, really simple, right? And then, of course, this is why I wanted to show you this, is that we have the content rating. Now, this was altered and changed during development a few different times. We had toggles for what you put where. We had something called the grandma test, meaning that, like, unless you can be like, hey, grandma, look at this, it would be considered not safe for work. But then we're like, oh, people are going to be like, my grandma's cool, she don't care, or my grandma has an OnlyFans, whatever, fine. So we had to be very diligent and actually change the system and the buttons, as you see, to only allow everything to be marked no matter what as not safe for work. So we don't have to worry about the gray areas. And believe me, there's a lot of gray areas when this stuff. However, then if you know, yes, it says right here, everything's not safe for work by default, only mark it safe as work if it passes the grandma test. You'll be fine showing it to your grandma fully. And again, I guess there can be some gray area in that, but the point is, it doesn't matter if someone doesn't press it or forgets to or doesn't know, or the gray area appears in their thought process on something safe for work or not. Everything is again defaulted to not safe for work. But if you click this button, it is now marked safe for work. So people will specifically see it on the safe for work side of the app for those kind of users. Or again, even if you're a not safe for work user, again, lack of better words, you'll still see these, but it just makes it a lot easier and less chance of us not getting an update or something down the line being a problem with Apple. So we put a lot of time into this system, is why I'm talking about it, so you understand why this is a thing. And it is because of Apple. And I don't mean that in like a negative manner, because it's good to keep everyone safe. And also, how many times have you've heard someone, I'm positive. Be like, oh, I can't open Twitter X in public because, like, you go to click on like a social feed and then you forget that it's all adult content sometimes, right? And that obviously depends on who you follow and what you do. But that's the thing. We want you to be able to use Tribe regardless of what you're on the internet for that day, right? Kind of like how Reddit in a way, but without throwaway accounts and things like that, because we want to make sure everyone's safe because there's, people meet up in real life and stuff. So, anyways, more on that in a little bit. Let me out of this. So now, as you see, then you see the social feed, and you see, as for example, this is from my test account. It says not safe for work. You can click the three dots, share, post details, hide post report. If I post, post details, it tells me who it is, when it was, who can see it, all that stuff. So it gives you a little more insight about your content or others. So what this is that we would need. So what you would do here is this is just a feed. And again, even though this is about like graphic design, being creative, XYZ, it's going to be marked as, not safe for work by default. And that's okay, because if you are then in not safe for work mode, you'll see on the click on things, it's fine. So we have nice precautions for everyone on Tribe iOS / should be Android soon. All right, everyone. So on the feed too, you can go to stories and see people's community stories, just like on an Instagram. You have stories, and I'll show you that button. You have drop in view stories right here. You'll see them all up top there. When we have things, again, every menu just about on the app is like collapsible and stuff too. We really put a lot of thought and time to declutter screens, but give you all the options. And just make it really nice. Now, you'll see down here, it talks about, you can choose a photo or video. I'm just going to put this picture of my kitty. You can place it, you can fit it into the frame, you can put text, you can move it. Bigger, smaller, color, blah, 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 fill, align, copy, paste, duplicate, fronts, all the things you want, right? Super fun. And she went back, sorry. You can put little emoji stickers and you can move them around. Then you can also draw on things, undo, done, whatever. Then you can also put like a location. As you guys know, we are in Anaheim, and just tag things and, to make it fun. And then if you have a link, you can put a link as well to something, which is super fun again. So again, like really, the features you see here are also really thought out and working and really great, and no bugs or anything that we come up to. We're about to do our last final beta, so if you want to join, keep that in mind. Or check our socials for more information. We've already started recruiting for that. And the point is, you'll see that we have a social feed, right? That's like a lot of Facebook. As you know, if you've been a part of the Bearback Tribe Facebook group for a while, we have just about 11,000 members, up and down. It would be more, but we can't progress because Facebook always like caps us, but that's okay. And so that's why kind of Tribe comes around, because we also have groups, and you'll see obviously marked now safe for work or safe for work ones and everything like that. So creative hustlers, for example, you would see your faded profile images, you have your pictures, your things, and my admin controls, obviously. People can have points and leaderboards and who's posting, and just make it more fun. And you see more about it, the community rules and so on. If you're the admin, you can change everything about it that you want, make it private, make it wherever you need to. You can click and make a new tribe, and it just gives you some ground rules on like how to make a tribe, what you need to do. Basically, it's just telling you like you got to moderate your group, just like if you had a Facebook group, right? And just make sure you have a banner and an icon, so it keeps the flow of the interface looking nice, so it's not all these like missing pieces on the feed, right? So anyways, with that, super simple. My tries, if you ones that you made, and I won't unmark these just yet. You'll see later. But point is, so we have social feed, we have stories, just like Instagram, and we have groups. Now, right there alone is our Facebook and Instagram in a way. However, we have way more. So, I guess I'll show you the chat system first. So chat is fun because it's actually really organized nicely, and you can organize it how you want it. So what I mean by that is, here's chat, right? So there's a couple things. I'm going to show you this, so don't worry. So obviously you have your main box, past and faded. Now I'll talk about those shortly. You filter them on red, whatever you have, and you're smart. It kind of organizes and makes things what's more relevant to you and recent. And so that's not important. However, as you see, we have the chats right here. You'll see they have a ring around them. If someone is a Tribe Plus member, which we have all kinds of details about later on, you get a ring on it, and you get a little badge. And then you also, before I click on that, obviously you have the three, meaning you have like a notification of a text message. If you notice on the right-hand side, there is this little tag button. So if you click the tag, you get a pop-up menu, red, yellow, green, blue, purple, right? Woo, perfect. Look at that, right? Nice. And then up top, as you saw these, you can filter now, red, whatever, right? Now, the reason we did this was because when we were first developing Try back in the day, I wanted it, if you were a Plus member, that you would have the method of having different like Pride style backgrounds on your chats and stuff and all these things, right? Which is funny because, like, I don't know, a year or so ago, whatever it is now, I don't know, Instagram lets you pick backgrounds and colors and things on your chat messages per user, and that's something I thought about years ago, but obviously we didn't get that far. So what I did this time was that you can use colors to organize your chats in your inbox. That way, let's say you put people as, oh, I'll show you that in a second. You show people as red. Well, then maybe they're flaky or they're not exciting or you're just not interested in them. Obviously, of course, you can like delete conversations, hold and mark as red, or, whatever, safety options, delete, report, block, all those things. But I'm just saying, or maybe you're like, oh, this guy, I love hooking up with him, or I really want to, and he's engaging, or I like his vibe. Mark him green if green means you go, like whatever you want, right? It's totally up to you. So obviously these test users, they would have profile pictures and so on. So don't mind any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, it makes it fun. Now, if you click on a chat, you'll see that they have the check plus because that's one of the plus member features. You get a little check badge so people know you're legit. And you'll see that it has obviously saying, hey, you want to hang out, blah, blah, blah. And you'll notice that it has a color around the text message, right? And now you notice it's not that you message them and tag them red, that his is blue. What this is, and let me show you here. And you see here, I wrote a message back to this person, let's say. See how my color is different? Before I continue, you see you have seen, today, date, stuff like that. Seen would be a Tribe Plus member, knowing if they saw the message or not. And then typing indicators as well will appear if you are a Tribe Plus member, which is fun. But that's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to show you is that depending on the color vibe you pick in the app vibe picker, which we haven't even gone over yet, which that's super cool and in depth, your chat bubbles will show up as the color tribe that you have. That will make more sense shortly. And that user, whatever their tribe is that they have their app coloring set to, will also reflect like their blue one here. So that's really fun. Now, if you click the plus button, you can send albums, galleries, choose a photo or video, or a saved phrase. Now, album or gallery is fun because this is across the system. Um, and I haven't got into it, and I actually kind of forgot to mention it, but yes, Tribe is free. And I mean that, and it's free, all these cool features with no ads. We don't have any ads on the platform. So even as a plus member, like obviously you be like, oh, no ads. No, like there's no ads for free members. And that's the best part. And so we have all these tools and more on a beautiful software with unlimited chat, unlimited people like to communicate with on the app, no like paywall radius cutoff, things like that. So that's the really unique part of Tribe, is that we don't nickel and dime you for anything. And even when we do get into the Tribe Plus membership stuff and what that includes, it really just enhances your experience on Tribe with all kinds of cool like features and things, but it doesn't prevent you necessarily from connecting with others 95%. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because like in chat, on your social feed, in the stories, like anywhere, like explore users page we even got into yet, like there's no caps, no blocks, no scrolling and you get, oh, a grid of only 25 or 100 people. Like, no, from day one, free users, everyone, you can see everyone on the platform. So don't worry, I'll explain more about the other stuff soon. So back to gallery albums. Free members get one album to send by default, and you can make it private. You can make it just one you send to people however you want. It's your library. You set it up, right? You can manage them, and they do show up. You can mark out safe for work, or a private right here. So with that being said, I'm just gonna X out of this, go back, and click the plus button again. So you have, we only give the free members one album because when you look at your bio, I'm gonna show you your profile. You have a whole gallery, like an Instagram gallery that I'll show you. So like people have other ways of seeing endless content of yours, fun videos, photos, whatever. So you really don't need the albums unless you are safe for work and or you have certain private ones you want locked or to really send that you on the side XYZ. So there's reasons, but let's try plus member, then you also get unlimited albums anyways, but it all makes sense in a moment. Besides that, let's try plus member, you also get saved phrases. Yes. So instead of saying the same things over and over again, you can just go on here. You can add a phrase. Let's say it's, hey, sir, save phrase, and then it's there. And then you can click and then see how it automatically enters it into your bar. And then you can send it and you're good. And of course, you can then do microphone stuff and blah, 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 blah. Hello, welcome to Tribe. You go to test user, they might be, who's this? And phone stuff and blah, 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 blah. Hello, welcome to Tribe. Phone stuff and very fun, right? However, now I want to show you, if we go up to the top three buttons here, you have reply with Bruce, recap this chat, pass on this conversations, block and report, saying you know that. Now, these are a couple of things we're going to talk about. Reply with Bruce actually is a different membership we'll have in the future that's already practically done because we have Bruce, his whole system built from the web version. It does all kinds of things, gets to know you, knows your memory, like in the sense of what you tell it and teach it, and gets to talk to you, kind of like a chat GPT, but through us, and it's our server and it's our mascot, right? So anyways, super fun, super fun. But anyways, we have more on that, so we'll get past that later. But the recap chat, same thing. It comes with Bruce AI, and it will basically tell you like the things in a nutshell that you know about, this user, maybe their schedule, when you're gonna hang out, things like they like. So you're not like scrolling endlessly, right? And actually, the recap this chat feature is something that Grinder's AI system that's coming out. I think it's like their Edge plan or something they call it, but then it has this thing called like gay AI. It's GAI they spell it, which is something else with GAI or generative AI, I think it is. And so, anyways, they're not very creative. Point is though, it's a very expensive plan. They are doing dynamic pricing potentially, and there's a lot of things that I read all about it multiple times. And the best part is, I mean, like theirs are going to be like literally 200, 299, up to 499, like $499. You can look on their website, and they haven't come out with pricing necessarily, but there's been like some screenshots I've seen or some articles I've read about that being the case. And I get it. They want to make money, and AI is expensive. People are using a lot. However, it's not that expensive. They're mostly going to make a profit off that. However they use that money, I don't know. But we have the same features that their AI is going to have soon, but ours is a couple dollars, literally, because Try Plus is it's only $8 a month. If you're a founder, it's only $4 a month. And so you start, using it once we start launching and stuff. But if you buy that annually, it's only $2 a month we're charging. And Grinder alone is $14.99, at least around here, what it is at the time of this video, a week, not a month, a week, $14.99 a week. And that's just, and you still get, like caps and blocks of people on the grid. It's not unlike on their unlimited plan. The unlimited plan is $27.99 a week again. Yeah. So you're spending anywhere from 60 to like almost, $200 up, upwards a month on Grinder. And then they have more plans. They have like that other one. I think it's another one after that, right? I could be wrong. But either way, this AI Edge thing coming out is going to be insanely insane. And ours isn't anywhere expensive, and I'll show you the features soon. We have already listed on the app for it, and it's like, I think it's like $7 or $8 if you like based on the price of the $2 membership. Otherwise, it's still not expensive, and it's not anywhere near expensive then because we just aren't scamming people. Also, again, we don't have ads, even if you're free. Anyway, so I rambling on now. But anyway, so that's the whole thing. We'll get into that later. But I want to show you is pass on this conversation, right? So someone can message you on the platform, right? So from the social feed, the explore users page, or the nearby map, like the Sniffies app, but we have built in under Tribe, and we'll get there shortly. And let's say you're like, you know what? I'm not vibing this person's profile. They're not really my type, or I'm just not interested based on what they're saying, or get away from me, whatever the reason. And it's not like you need to block them because they're harassing you or report them to Bearback. You click pass on this conversation, the icons, and what this page does is let them down easy. It says give the user a kind close instead of a silent ghost, which if you're on Sniffies and someone isn't interested or whatever, they can delete the conversation and all it shows for you is like deleted the conversation. And you can see their profile picture, but that's about it. I think if you have a plus membership on there, you can like see something more about it. But either way, they just kind of delete you and you have like no idea why, right? Sometimes you're just like, okay, it's on them. Other times you're like, oh, is it me? But most of the time, of course, it's on them. But anyways, we have a bit more respect for people on the tribe. Also, it keeps things because you will see them on maybe the social feed or on other things or on your as a buddy that you're a friend or you follow, whatever, right? And to keep things a little bit more graceful on the platform for everyone, we put this effort into the graceful pass system, which as you see, you can click something like, you know what? Let's just say it is not your type. Well, you saw it kind of fills in below. Hey, you seem cool, but I don't think we're quite the right match. Wishing you the best out there. Sure, cool. Instead of just a quick delete button, you opportunity out there, right? I think again, you put it in people's pars and hopefully they take and it just kind of makes things a little more humanized, is in my opinion. And you'll see here that if you are a plus member, though, you do get the option to reply back to someone who has passed. And of course, it's not meant to necessarily be like, well, not at all meant to be like a, hey, why did you do that? Or sometimes like people might have the wrong impression, or maybe they say something here and then also here I didn't show you, you can like delete this message regardless and whatever and say what you want without even clicking a button above, or even if you do, then editing it. So if someone says something or writes something, you can now go and basically just like, hey, like what's going on, or this or that. Oh, I saw you say this, but maybe this, or maybe you didn't have a chance to, or I don't know, right? But it gives you an option and that's it. However, if you don't want that, you can just say just pass silently and it just goes there. And it's my demo, so don't worry that it didn't move, but it does on your app. And so you'll see on the top of the chat page past, right? And it will show up here the user, so they're not like gone, like being blocked, and there's like an endless block in settings somewhere that you gotta like find the user if you want. And if you get lucky to unblock it, a lot of systems don't let you. I think Random might let you now. I don't know. But either way, you'll see them in this list. However, let's say you are not needing to pass on someone because you didn't have a conversation with them or they have a conversation with you, and you just don't want them to appear on your grid, which we'll show you soon again. Again, we're going back and forth. It's a lot. We have to kind of just do that. In a good way, obviously. And then, so what you would do is, I'll show you this part soon. You can fade someone. So you don't fade them through this menu. Fading would appear on the nearby map. That way, they turn into a little gray icon, but they're not gone or blocked, or like they can't message you, you can't message them. It's still open communication and such. But that's the whole point, is that this makes it so you can just kind of go back to that person, but they're not taking up this space, even though there's unlimited grid space. It's just that if you're in the same area at home and you see the same kind of people around your area, this kind of minimizes the noise a little bit. And I think that's important. So you're not seeing the same three faces pop up on your grid when you first log in because they're your neighbors, right? It kind of helps. Unless you want to hook up with your neighbors, that's totally cool. I'm just saying, most of us don't get that lucky. Anyways, so with that, that's the concept of the chat system. So there's a lot just in that. So with chat, with social feed, with stories, and now when I go and I show you my profile, which I'm going to click on edit profile for this is a lot here. I'm just going to click on view my profiles others. Oh, that's weird. Huh, that is ready. I don't know why I said that. All right, we'll go back to that. Interesting. It was ready. Anyways, so it shows you. I'll use it's just my admin accounts and my student things aren't there. Um, it will just show you what your profile looks to other people, which I wanted to show you something, but obviously I can't right this second, so don't worry. But either way, as you see here, you have a profile picture, which is required. And now that is by default the safe for work image, right? Whatever you want, just a picture of your face or at a picnic, whatever it is, right? But then you also have your not safe for work image, which would show up on people who are in not safe for work mode, or in like there's not necessarily a not safe for work area on the app, but like that was where that would appear versus the safe for work profile image. But also, as you see below, you do get animated avatars. So I'm not a Tribe Plus member according to this. Rude. Let's see if I have all kinds of random nonsense. So let's go to videos. Yeah, that's okay. So I was gonna show you actually my yeah, it's not gonna be on here. It's my demo. So anyway, I was gonna show you the animated avatars. So your profile picture, you can put a GIF or a short video clip of you being an animated aspect as a Tribe Plus member, but you can also get an animated not safe for work profile image also. That gives you more life and stuff. So far as you've heard me say, try plus this again. Tribe is free, no ads, no bots, all the same thing that you would want from a social platform, especially from a small brand like Bearback. Like it's pretty magical. However, we are really giving you a lot of extra flair and additions and cool things to make your experience Tribe really epic. Even though it already is being a free member, we just, for a couple bucks help support the Tribe development, Bareback overall. We're really putting this out there for everyone. And as you can see, it's not like us just trying to make a membership and be like another Sniffies or Grinder, because that's the farthest thing we want to be from. Hence why we are doing things better and more than them. Anyway, so your albums you can have here, which is great. And then now you do have a safe for work display name, which would be like the name that pops up on your profile, and then a safe for work handle, which anyone can type in, like, at Bruce Breeds, and they can find you. However, once it's in there, you can't change it unless you're a Tribe Plus member. Then you can change your handle as much as you want. With that being said, too, though, you do get after dark identity, which that allows you to, in a way, have like an alt account, right? So on X and stuff, users will say, oh, follow my alt, or this is my alt account. Well, since we don't want users having multiple profiles on Tribe to prevent, just anything at all that isn't the best it could be in honesty with people and so on, we allow it to be where you can have a alt account right in your normal accounts. You're not signing in or switching accounts and blah, 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 right? And with that, you can then also like turn on who gets accepted into your not safe for work alt account as well, or invite people. So it's a whole mechanism that right now my demo I can't show you, but it is done and built and it's really cool. And of course you have a bio. Bios, you get 500 characters to write, like on Sniffies, but if you're a Tribe Plus member, you get double that to 1,000. And I love that because I have a lot to say, and a lot of people don't. But I think if you're going to meet someone, especially be part of someone's tribe, and we want you to follow them and not just see them on a map or a grid and move on, like you like them, but you don't want to communicate with them right now, you're not ready to hook up, or you just want to follow them, get to know them more, well, you can follow them right on here versus asking, hey, do you have an Instagram? Do you have this? Like, it keeps everyone right in tribe, right into the Bearback social universe, so everyone. And the more you fill out your profile, like, again, if you want to put your gallery, people can see more about you and follow you and not feel like you're just a pin on a map, right? Or a square on a flood of people. With that being said, as you see here, we have safe for work only. I mentioned about that earlier. You can click that on and it makes your account permanently in the safe for work mode. And it means that you're verifying that you're not going to post anything that's even like risque or anything of the matter, because people are like in a way relying on you to be a safe for work content creator, however you use Tribe, that is. And the best part is, if you are a Tribe Plus member, you also get to add links to like your bio area, clickable links. That is not just like go to my link to bio. Like it works everywhere, and you can add as much as you want. And actually, I'll pull that back up. And that's fun because it really just makes it a little bit extra special, and you don't have to use your up to your 500, or in this case your 1,000 characters in your bio with links, because it's separated from that. Now, with that, below you'll also see that you have your body. Oh, I need to move my bag for Eleanor. 1 second. Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to get into her seat and I blocked it. You go? Yeah. Okay, so as you can see now, you have your body sections, like on a profile, on one of the other apps. You can put what you want, you can convert it, you can do, feet, height, waist. As you see, you put your body fat percentage, you can put your muscle mass, your body type, of course. You have all types of here, everyone you can think of. And of course, length, girth, chest, breast size as you want, or hide those or show those, which is fun. And the thing is, why I really like that I wanted to put the body fat percentage at least is because, for example, like someone can say they're 170 pounds, right? Or someone can say that they're 200 pounds, but let's say their profile says they're 5'5". Well, someone might think, oh, 5'5", 170, 200, whatever, is a bit maybe more on the chubbier side, and that maybe something that they're interested in. However, if it's not at least showing in their photos, or it's because they have a little mixture of body fat and muscle mass or whatever, you can get a better sense of what someone might really truly look like in person based on seeing body fat percentage, I believe. So, or even muscle mass. So, that was a fun thing to kind of add in there. I've always wanted to have that in there. And of course, identity, you can do all kinds of things. We do really welcome everyone in the tribe, of course, where all tribes are welcome. Put your pronouns, your position, however you want, relationship. So, there's different things, of course, ethnicity, and then you have these, like what you're looking for. We have into, we have different little tags for relationships. Now, in the relationships, single, couple, whatever, throuple, for example, you click it down and you click what kind of throuple you're in. So there's different options, couple, same thing, super fun, and identity there as well. Now, when you go under tribe, you can put, and they're all separated, right? So you can pick up to 6 tribes, and click whatever you kind of want. You see they kind of change the color of some of them. And unclick them. And then body, build, community, kinking gear, social interest, identity, pride, so on. But find more, because we have so many tags. If you click on this button, identity and self 33, tribes 22, and like everything from body and physical, position and interaction, interest, scenes and places, relationship goals, personality, fast lifestyle, discovery preferences, like just like all kinds of things, right? And because everyone's unique and we have a lot of things to us as humans, right? And so many apps don't really give you that vibe, or at least put in your profile, which is what you should have. I'm not saying they don't, but like we really went above and beyond to make sure we got as much as we want. If somebody's not there, let us know, and I'm sure we'll add it. And of course, in the health section, as you see there. Now, with that, because I can't click on the show your profile page, I was going to show you some cool things actually. So we will just have to edit that for another video. Anyway, so edit profile, your profile. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, yeah, I'll click this instead. So galleries and albums. Let's click that instead. On top, you can say add a photo to your gallery, and I'll just click a picture of Eleanor again, and it looks the same, just like if you're adding it to a social feed or something, right? But you'll see here it says also add to my gallery. That way you don't have to upload a photo to the social feed and then to your gallery. Actually, in you on the social feed, if I'm not mistaken, it should. If not, we're gonna have to just fix it and add it. Oh, sorry, add that too. Photo here. Yeah, see, yep, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure. You go to also add to my gallery. So that way it goes to your gallery and your profile, which again I would show you, but it's not loading on my demo account. And it like your Instagram feed. So you have Instagram gallery feeds, stories, uh, Facebook, social, X feeds, groups, safe for work, not safe for work, whatever you want. You can control them. You can join others, whatever you want. Really interactive chat system and organization. Really cool ways to separate and make your profile extra special and for you. And the last thing over here I want to show you right at this stage is explore users. Now, explore users is good because this is just like how you're going to find things, right? You can see you're in not safe for work mode. You can search for whatever you want, stories, posts, members. Of course, you can then swipe over. Here are more stories you could see and pop down, right? Galleries that people have that are public. You can choose public or private galleries as well. Will show up there. Basically, like a discovery page on Instagram. Your posts, people like that are hot right now, and then global. So then with that, and right now, because these are demo users, no one has their profile pictures and their names are blocked, but also in safe for work mode. Right now, any content on the app has been switched over to not safe for work mode, even if, or value, I guess you can say, even if it is safe for work, because we had to get it all separated and organized and ready for the app review process I mentioned earlier. So it's a little different looking right now than you're going to see it as we put other content and the user in their right spot after we get our app live. So you can see here under global users, you can collapse open, shared interests. There's so many filters you can click. Again, there's all those tags again, all the things you're looking for all right here. Hidden the people with the band, which we'll get into later. That's a new product for Bearback for all kinds of cool things. And just like a lot of fun ways to organize people. And these are always random profiles, and you just see kind of random ones there. Of course, if there's any featured groups, yep, look at that. You can click it and find new groups. And nearby in Cream, Cream is our Sniffies. That's the branding for it. And again, that's our nearby, the map and kind of right now stuff and our grid of people, like all the things that Grinder and Sniffies has. Cream is our version. It's built right into Tribe because we have a lot of different, like, it's a whole universe. So we have like different like planets you go to, right? So anyways, more on that soon. That's already done. It looks great. But then you have the bottom, something coming soon called Bruce's Buddy Search. So basically, as Bruce AI, if you have that plan and he gets to know you and he sees who you're interacting with and what you like to do and the things you kind of do on the platform, he will recommend and show people, users similar to that, actually. Again, something that gay AI from Grindr is offering for $1 jillion and us, not so much. Anyways, so with that, let's go back. And so that was the full like upper part here. As you saw it, days in the tribe, but still up because it knows that it's getting a little late. And before I continue, because there's a lot more, I want to show you that was all like a lot of the communications, the way to connect, right? So there's all types of cool things there. Yes, and you can collapse this menu as well. And yet I told you there's a lot. But anyways, I talked a lot already about not safe for work mode and all that. So I'm ready to show you actually what's up on the top of these three buttons here. So you click the three dot button, the ellipse button, and it opens up to this. Now, a few different toggles happen. Of course, the X is just closes it. That opens it up. Now, I'm going to start actually in the middle here and click on the speaker icon. The reason when I click it, you're going to hear our original score that we created for Tribe. And this actually would start playing right after the splash animation. When you first open the app, so on the login screen, you would normally hear this music. We didn't because it was turned off in the last setting. It was turned off when I signed out of my account. So it knew that already. So that's why you didn't hear it. But there is magic and there's music. And if you want, you can turn it off. And let me click it on for you to hear it. Now, I'd like to continue to speak. Anyways, everybody's listening. That's what plays when the login and going on. And it's really magical and fun. And of course, if you're on the platform for super long, you can be like, okay, I'm done listening to this. So you could turn the music off very easily. And we do have our own push notification sound. Everyone knows the grinder sound, and so we have our own, and it actually comes from 2 beats or so, whatever it is. I'm not a musician, I forget, from our original cue there of our background noise. So again, everything is super special here on Tribe. Um, so you'll get used to the little sound from when you get a notification from a user texting you, messaging you, and so on, right? All right, so besides that, you'll see the button here, Safe for Work, right? And that's what we want to click. So we're going to click on that. And as you talked about before, it's going to pop open a page just like X would make you do. And you get to just say here, yep, turn on explicit content added, blah, blah, blah. And if you notice, it's now Safe for Work on top now instead of Safe for Work. But also it went from still up to still edging. So it does get a little bit, different. In the morning it says wood morning instead of good morning. So it's just like a little bit of fun things. Obviously, we're bareback. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So that's kind of fun. Just so you can see automatically something does change right off the bat. Now, before we continue with anything more, now everything that you've seen, like if you go under groups, you'll see, okay, look, there are things now. Oh, we have bareback updates, smoke and stroke, blah, 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 right? See, it had these don't have we had to get these people with banners shortly. But point is, it still says if they're safe for work or not, so people know what they're kind of following and what they're doing. However, the best part about it is that that unlocks, and you can see all kinds of things now. Now, the not safe for work image of a user and so on. But with that being said, let's now click on the one of 2 last buttons here. So actually, I'm going to talk about the thermometer button here. Okay, so the thermometer button is called cooldown mode. And cooldown mode, as you see, I'm going to read it. Okay, so cooldown turns off the moving space background and the extra glow and motion effects that make your phone work harder and heat up while you use Tribe. The screen drops to a pure black void with just the glowing neon interface. Everything still works exactly the same, it only changes the look and saves battery and heat. Turn it back off anytime to bring the galaxy back. And the reason I say this is because with all of the space, the animations, every page, the glow, the color, it uses a significant amount of battery. Now, I'm screen recording all of this too, so of course my battery's going down faster. If you're looking at my battery, don't worry, it doesn't go that bad. This helps with your battery in general. We did put the extra thought in there because your phone might heat up slightly, especially if you're charging and using Tribe, because of all the animation that's happening constantly. So you just click on cool down. As you notice, the black background appears, everything kind of gets a little darker, and some of the glow kind of calms. But at the same time, the glow does look nice as is, but you'll also notice it's not rotating the colors anymore and so on. And that's going to greatly reduce heat and or battery usage on top of it. So we built that in right for you. And of course, you can just click that button and turn it off. And there you go. Really nice, right? So that's fun. And I actually really kind of like the black look too. It's nice, a little bit easier on your eyes too. So you get a little bit of options, but there's way more when it comes to the way your app looks shortly, not with cooldown mode. So we'll move on from that. Now we have something called DL mode. DL mode here, as you can see, is hide tribe. Excuse me. Is hide tribe. Sorry. All right, DL mode, discrete mode, as you can see here, it says hide tribe in plain sight, meaning that you can turn the app icon or the app on screen to a calculator or notes pad automatically. And to get out of it, it tells you how just by clicking the equal sign, for example, on the calculator, or if notes is clicked, it tells you just press the lower right key button for 2 seconds, and it all makes sense in a second. And of course, the app tribe for all users, if you turn it on, it does allow you to use Face ID to unlock the app also, so someone just can't open it anyways. But that's something that, let's say you click calculator, right? And we say engage discrete mode. It says you have changed the icon for tribe because, and actually I'm on my demo for you might not see it. But anyways, as you see right here, the calculator that looks like iOS popped up and you can do 1 + 1, whatever. Okay, anyways, 6. I messed it up. It said 1 + 1, but I didn't see it. So yeah, anyways, you got a calculator, looks just like it. No one will know. So in case you're like, don't want someone to see your phone, click it, you're done. There's a shortcut. Click 5 times on the screen on a blank area, and it will register and it will turn on your DL mode if that's turned on already. In the sense of like on your home screen, you activated it once before. So because this is on, but we're gonna X out of it. So to do that on the calculator, like the secret door set on that other screen, hold the equal sign for a couple seconds, and you see Face ID turns it off because I already have Face ID turned on for the app. And there you go. You'll see though the DL is highlighted in pink now versus it being grayed out, even though you're out of DL mode. And that's because if you click that, you can go back to it, of course, and turn it off actually. However, let's say you leave the app or you even like go to your app switcher, it looks like the calculator still. The app icon looks like the tribe calculator, right? So it does that. Obviously, it's locked. You can still use it. So it's very simple to hide what's on tribe for you anywhere you need to. So with that being said, that was all the buttons on the top there. And with that, now before we go too much further, I want to show you this invite buddies and rewards. And because we're bareback and we have the best lubes ever and all kinds of really great original goat gear, and now we're gonna have a wearable that we're getting to soon. Um, what will happen is that will, if you meet someone in real life or who's a tribe member, you can connect and you can do reviews and you can do and get points and you can earn points to redeem for physical bareback merch or discounts on bareback merch. So let's click on invite. So here, everyone by default is an affiliate with bareback in the sense of getting tribe members. You get rewards for your buddies signing up and things too. And it's like a game. And so my undergrad degree is in game design. And so I know a lot about gamification, especially making things fun. And now when you meet people at events, you go to an event that's hosted by Bareback or other, you can get points and again, redeem for more Bareback products and stuff like that, or even boost bucks on the system, which again, if you don't know what that is, we'll talk about that soon, but it's our AI credit token system to get discounts on Bareback gear and stuff. But anyway, so you have, all kinds of things. So your rewards, you'll see it keeps track. You go to levels. There's like, just all kinds of different right now. Or Comet, next is Nova. It tells you what it does, what you get. You can track down here and you can see what you earn, points, level up, rewards. Bruce Bucks, I have 777 with the pretty gold animated text all over the place. Tells you how you get them. You can hit reward milestones below to unlock them, invite your buddies, top bands, just all the things. And then you can rack them up. It shows you complete your profile, refer a friend, do 7-day streaks. As you see, Dynamic Island will say you're in day 5, whatever. You get points that then you can redeem for actual discounts with Bareback. And that actually already links and works with our shop, the barebackgear.com website, if you've been to it before, especially if you buy a Tribe Plus membership from the website because you can't buy it in the app anyways. It links from your email and it's all connected, which was a pain to get done, but we got it and it looks fantastic. And with that, as you see, you scroll down even more and it gives you just like a timeline of different like rewards you're getting and just it's fun. It's meant to be fun, even if you don't get something physical or real every single time. When you grow and level up, that's how you do. And then also we see that, and the more active you are, remember, the more points you have, the more chances you are having special releases or special surveys or betas or products that we're launching and first tries and just all kinds of stuff because you are valuable. Try remember we can see you're participating, and that's what matters in the tribe, right? So, anyways, you build your own tribe, you communicate, you talk with everyone, and that's exactly what we have here in Tribe. So the invites and buddies, all gamification, super, super fun. And now if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see the Tribe Plus, which talks about here, which again, this is itself is a collapsible menu. But you have here, count your creams, nearby me, app vibe, and hi, it's me. Now, I got to charge my phone. So one moment, I'm going to stop this video, end this, and we're going to continue in just one moment. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. All right, so we are plugged in and ready to go. Let's plug in and go to Tribe. Okay, Now that we went over everything from really getting started, the buttons, the nuances, the different things you can do, and of course, we talked about in the beginning, but your notification center would be you got a chat message, you got a whatever, and it follows up. So it's really simple. However, we're going to talk about the features here in Stripe Plus in just one moment. We're going to scroll back. We're just going to close the menu. And you see here today in your tribe, you can open it too, and it will show you really like your notification center will pop up if you click on these things. Well, this one is about your band, which the Bearback band, I'm not wearing one. Actually, I'm surprised. I'm not even trying to. It's a wearable that you can connect and tap to other users' devices, share your profile, people who don't know what Tribe is or haven't been on the platform or don't have a wearable, even if they don't have the app, they can tap their smart device, just like Apple Pay or whatever, to the band, and it gives you those points and stuff, and you meet real connections. And actually, if you have seen or bought our versatile smart jog, the smart loop holster has the same chip built into it from years ago now, and it actually does connect to the Tribe app as well. If you remember, you used to have an app called BBNFC. That app, in a way, is integrated into Tribe iOS, and it will work the same, but it's obviously your Tribe profile now and everything. So it makes it even more fun and more cool. And then you go to get rewards. So the smart holster from the Jog or the wearable band that we have coming out soon, which has different designs and looks. The first one we're launching is a beta band edition, so it has like the kind of look of the beta era we've gone through and such. So keep an eye on for those. Probably towards the end of 2026, we see our packaging and make sure it's all done and working, and we'll be good to go. Anyways, you saw I clicked the notification, it popped this up. That's why I got into it. Wasn't what I was going to talk about necessarily, but it's okay. So since we're here, let's just talk about it anyway. So again, the wearables coming out, we'll get more in details later on. But of course, you get points, you can see your rewards and points. So there's just like different types of like gamification things within Tribe than just referring your friends or tapping a band or like just being on a social feed, which is really cool. So it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun, and it just makes you wanna go meet and do things, and then if you maybe are that, Motel 6 kind of peach up kind of person and you get people to tap your band as they're coming in, keeps a log of who those people are in a way for safety, but more so for you to see and tally and then follow them and just have a better build your own tribe however you want, right? So searching through endless chat walls, endless grids, people you must track, all that stuff, right? So it's meant to be really fun. And with that, you can see here, we'll go over this quickly. So what your band does, you tap to share your live profile, meet people in real life, earn points, show that you carry a band. It can be as a safety measure for something I'm going to show you in a little bit. And that band locks your account. And we've done it so where someone can't walk up to you and just like rewrite your band or anything. So it's very secure and it keeps your privacy really good. But anyways, in this you connect your band, which you can see actually right here. Um, and like this is the Bearback, this is the beta edition one. So you see it, and you get this little pop-up card above that has a Tribe ID number and stuff. So it just kind of shows that when you sync your band, you get some fun gamification in the point. Otherwise, you won't get any of this. Of course, you can link multiple bands. These are my test bands, obviously. And then it tells you just like there's a lot. The Tribe is very extensive, I'm telling you, but not in an overwhelming way, in a very positive way. And of course, during a beta, we'll edit things as we need. But as of right now, we have not, we really worked hard to get it to not be overwhelming, which we know it could be. And that's why what I was trying to get to before I clicked that button, the notification to open the band stuff. And again, that's fun. And the way you connect it is fun, but I don't want to get into that right now. Um, anyways, you see sync your bareback band. We'll click that later, but I'm going to skip that because as you see down below, you have all these other collapsible menus right on your home screen from the quick actions menu, right? So, and we've already skipped a bunch of stuff. So the points I wanted to show you was that obviously you wouldn't have an admin portal, but your band involved. Oh yeah, you sync your band, you get like live wallpapers that match the era of the artwork and stuff for your, of the beta band and other things, which is super fun and digital download. So that's a cool feature that gets added on if you're a Tri Plus member as well. Contests and challenges are not safe for work only, obviously, just by default. You can see what you need to enter, how much time is left. This is how you're gonna win, maybe Try Plus memberships. You're gonna win the loop. You're gonna win discounts just from being part of it and interacting. And it's all done by Bearback, and that's the best part. Like, we're not just this random social media. We have a tribe. We have a network. We have our products. We have everything you love. But now we're giving you new ways to earn and get discounts instead of just like a $5 off coupon on a spin the wheel. Enter your email on the website. Like, this is super fun. And there's no reason to not want to love this. Of course, you can browse and vote here. Typically, these are all going to be, not safe for work images and so on. So I blurred them all out. But let's say you click on one, and actually, I can't take my vote off, but it would highlight and glow for you. Actually, let me see if I can find someone who I didn't click like this one, right? All right. So here, if I say vote, you see it locks it in and it glows. You can then see their profile. Actually, you can see that person's profile right here. Charlie's actually a really nice guy. He always is commenting and helping us and wanting to do things to promote Tribe. So you can send a cheers. They have their profile. As you see, they have their links here. I'm glad I clicked on this. I should have showed you this before. It tells you all about them. If they were a Tribe Plus member, they could have an animated avatar and or a not safe for work image. And then, of course, around their screen here would be gold and their gold badge and stuff. I wish I could show you, honestly. It looks really, really nice. And again, those links for their Instagram and stuff don't take up bio characters, so you get the safe space even if you're not a Tribe Plus member. Anyways, your profile, all these buttons can be close to. You can see their groups. You can click on the groups to find other groups you want to be part of that this person's part of. It's nice that you can really find things throughout everyone on the app. So even though there's a lot, everything's kind of intertwined to make it easier and to find more things. So now you also have reputation and reviews, which I want to get into because that's really fun. So you'll see here, like right now, obviously this is new, so no one has any reviews, but you can review a conversation you've had with people and meet up in person, right? So if you're a Try Plus, you can see all the reviews, but either way, you can write one to someone, even if you're not. You can write a review and it comes up here. You met them in real life or online only. Meet in real life potentially is going to become only if you have a band. We're just kind of basically see what works best and see how users are feeling as we get to that point. Because it's something that the band helps to verify that you did meet them, because by tapping it, it means that obviously you showed up in person, and it also verifies that you're not just lying and then kind of ruining someone's reputation, which those can be reported and those can be removed. But just we're trying to do everything again so there's less gray area, less problems, less admin interactive. We want you to be free and social and just be adults, right? So we got to build the safety precautions in general, and also we want to, and iOS wants us to as top of it. But that's the thing. So don't worry. So let's say you are only online chatting with someone and you can say, yeah, 1 star, 5 stars, whatever. And you can write, oh, lovely conversations, nice to talk with them, blah, 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 whatever. Haven't met in person, XYZ, whatever. Or, hey, 3 stars. This person says they're going to meet, but time comes, they never do, blah, 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 1 star, right? Whatever the case is. Now, you do get the option to one time reply back to a review you get, so at least people can see your side of it. Let's say it was this person didn't show up and that person's like lying, or maybe they didn't show up, or I don't know, like whatever else, you can do a review to them. But point is, you can then show your side of the story by replying, and it's public and people can see what you said back to them, even if it's a good thing. So it kind of keeps everyone accountable. And then, of course, you can add your photos or videos to the review on top of it. That's super fun because I'm sure you guys will find great ways to use your imagination on that, especially if you said you met them in person. And then, of course, you hit the button like, oh, I want to meet them again. I mean, they're cool. Doesn't mean you're going to, right? Or they're going to meet with you, but at least it gives you honest review. So even this aspect, like Blowers has that, right? I think Scruff maybe does, but like Snippets and Grinders doesn't. So again, really great features, all built right into Tribe, and even for free. Magical. So with that being said, that's how that would work. And then as you reviews, you actually have color changing. They change colors, the numbers and the stars you have and stuff, and it reflects. And then we'll get into in a moment, but you can click here and it tells you a little bit about keeping it silver, how your reputation's earned, and blah, blah, blah. And the right to reply to someone. But in a feature I'm going to show you in a little bit under the Try Plus ecosystem. Hi, it's me, the verification system that if you choose to participate in, which I highly recommend for your safety, honestly, because you never know meeting people, right? Like we talked about before. With that being said, if you plan on meeting someone and you guys talk and you're like, oh, hang out, how about 8 o'clock, whatever, or let's say you do say, hey, I'm gonna meet you for sure, and whatever you change addresses and stuff, and they don't show up or they cancel last minute, you get like a different way to, not a different way in here to write a review about that experience because, and it will ding your score. Obviously, there's ways like if let's say your car broke down or something, obviously it's a different story. And there's ways like to not finagle it, but to like to report it, XYZ, whatever. However, the majority is let's say like people ghost or they say they're gonna meet and you go get cleaned out and get ready and then they don't show up or they bail on you, whatever, regardless of why, you can put that in as a review and it will ding their review rating and other people will also see that and they'll get an idea this is a pattern for people, right? So we're keeping people accountable. Accountability, everyone. It's a really hard thing for humans to do. I get it, but we're in the bareback universe and we need to respect each other. Anyways, that's just a glimpse at reputation and reviews. And of course, if you have a band, you get verified. So it helps you with another layer of security that you're a real user. You're being ID'd. Verify it's me coming soon. We're going to skip that for now. Of course, you can like a profile, send a cheers once an hour or 24 hours, whatever it is, and copy their report. And you can fade them right from there. We talked about that earlier in the chat system. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so that's the gallery. Those are the contests. Submit an entry. You can invite your buddies again to the tab for that. So what happens besides like, band involved contest, whatever, a lot of these kind of things are like, your community and social. You don't need to click here to find the social feed, right? You already had that up above, you not safe for work, up above here. That's why the quick actions. But if you didn't want to use that menu or whatever, you go down here and throughout these settings, you would find more like the chat feature again. Bruce, if he was unlocked, don't worry, we're not getting into that just yet. Your profile activity, the bareback shop, like all that stuff, right? All good. I just wanted to briefly go over that. Now, as you see here, sync your bareback band. You can X out of it or you can click on it. If you have a bareback band, it tells you about it. So I just want to talk a brief bit about the bareback band. Link it to your profile. Tap to share your live tribe profile. Always current. So you don't have to worry about resyncing every time you change something in your bio or your profile picture. It automatically gets updated on the server. And if anyone taps your band with their phone, it will show them an app clip preview, which means if they don't have the app, they'll see it's tribe, it's branded, it looks professional, it looks legit, I should say, I guess, in this scenario. And it will show your profile in a glimpse as a not safe for work user. So at least when someone signs up, they will sign up and go through it and they have the connection. So you don't have to worry about them like, oh, I don't use Tribe. Because as a newer platform, we need to build up our platform. And that's how we do this and just make it more unique for everyone, right? So the band does that. You do it, always current updated. Again, you can unlock more with like getting richer rewards and stuff, like the live wallpapers and discounts for Bareback. And then, of course, works without the app. So to have a bareback band, you got to sync it with your app. So that's very important, of course, which again, you do here in the start, set up my guide, my band. Now this, because my profile isn't set up with a profile picture, it's telling me, hey, you need to do that. You will get nudges if, when you first launch the app and stuff, if you don't have a profile picture in the safe for work section, that's required and so on. But in this general, we're just going to skip it. And then you'll see here, it says your bareback band is ready. Get started. You're going to either hold your smart band or your smart holster, except from the jock, put it towards it. Now you have the option here to your band is protected, meaning that like we have it wired up that someone can't come up to you and like rewrite the data on your app with a malicious app that they have potentially. Again, you're like, why was that even be a thing? Because people suck sometimes, right? And that's what this is for. Now you do get the option to not lock it, so you can change certain things on it. And it's not really going to get into all that right now, but we give you the option because we don't want to keep you locked into things, whatever your reason. But you understand it keeps a log, so we know, so you can't come back saying, hey, someone wrecked this on me, because we have a log. Anywho's, so then I don't have the band with me, but you would do ready to scan, and it's just like pairing Apple Pay. It's like right, it's not on top, it's like right around here. Your NFC kind of stuff. So of course, if you say how do I do it, it opens up and it gives you a bit more information. And again, if you need, you can contact us if you don't have a band or FAQ. It gives you a bit more detail here, even more so on the do's and the don'ts, the troubleshooting. So again, we really go into detail about everything and give you tutorials, which you haven't seen necessarily because I'm already in my demo account, but like we really walk you through what to do because we are not confused anyway, even making a post. So that's fun about that. And again, you get points, rewards, tap, it verifies people, which we'll talk about soon. And you can have as many bands or smart holsters attached as you want. And we have all kinds of fun things I would like to do in the future, really interactive and cool things, more than just bands and stuff. So this is again just the start. Again, this is all just the start, and it's all for free. Obviously, a band you got to buy, but that's different, and it's not that expensive, especially compared to paying like a Grinder or a Sniffy's, membership, and getting so much less than this. But anyways, we haven't even talked about the Sniffy stuff necessarily, and we have more, but we're gonna kind of skip that for now. Um, okay. Oh, catch my breath for a second. Now, most importantly, cream. Cream is the next big thing within Tribe also. We talked about the kind of planet you go to. And we're going to click on count your creams, or under here you have the cream section, which I'm going to open this first just so you can see it talks about it. It has the logo. It says what it is. So cream plus nearby. Make real world connections into lasting memories. Track your creams with fun game like tally logging. Celebrate milestones and build a detailed history of your experiences. Keep everything private or share your biggest wins with your tribe using geotags, photos/videos, notes, and even tag the other person who gave you a cream. Discover nearby members, turn online conversation into real life meetups, challenge your buddies in head to head competitions coming soon, and unlock even richer in person experiences with the Bearback Band. So, again, cream is like the tally, it's the goal. The band kind of verifies that you did meet in person by tapping, and you get those points automatically. We talked about it a few times. But what we're going to show you is two different things. I'm going to show you guys first is the map, the nearby map. So this is more like the Sniffies aspect, right? Where you can see users nearby you. You can zoom out, whatever. Let's toggle this up and down. You can be invisible or not, open. You can see some users at the bottom. Let's say you click on them, pops up. That's not, I don't know. Again, my demo's a little different. These are demo users, so it's a little different. Either way, fade them and it kind of like grays them out so you don't have to really see them as much, and you can kind of focus on the more things. And of course, people's ratings are right there also if they have them. Tri Plus members get that ring around them. So there are different things to help people stand out so you can really like feel confident with who you're talking to and not waste your time. Now, before we go, I'm going to click on the. No, we have a lot more to talk about. I don't know why I said that. The plus symbol, before we get to the next stage, I meant the plus symbol on the top here, add to map, place, group activities, whatever you're doing. You're having a group, let's say, you can put group name, details, tags, add a photo, video, and if it's an after dark kind of event, you can click it. But of course, everything else is safe for work on the map by default. So if it's an activity, whatever you're doing, a place, cruising area, going on a cruise, looking for a cruising, I don't know, whatever you're looking for, that's what that is. And you're not safe for work member and have those not safe for work profile avatars or images, it will appear also on here for you. Okay, so map can turn into grid. There you go, grid, and the same concept. I gotta fix a couple little things on the UI there. Don't worry about that. Miles available. There's more filters with the tags, the simple ones here. But then, oops, sorry. But then you have all the tags there. Again, like page up then page up then page. It's not overwhelming, we promise. We've done some testing. It's really smooth, but it's depending on what you're looking for, we have it. So you have to have this kind of flow, right? And we'll improve it as we go along as well, of course, if anyone has any feedback, but we've been doing pretty good with this so far. And again, you can just menus within menus within menus, which is great because it helps you not waste time. Anyways, so then you can search and you can search the entire globe. That's the best part. See, so cream and the nearby, that is the only thing that is specific that would help you with communicating or finding people on Tribe. Under Tribe Plus, that's kind of like the big part of Tribe Plus, besides all the other flair and stuff we'll go over, is like you have the cream nearby system. Okay, and that's where it's under Tribe Plus, what I mean by that. But either regardless, there's no blockages in there at all whatsoever. But keep in mind that even if you're not a Tribe Plus member and you can't access nearby, people who are, and if you're nearby them, can still see you on the map, can still message you, so you don't miss out on that just because you're not a Tribe Plus member. So that was our other workaround, was that you still get people to see and access and message you, which is great. So yeah, so super fun. And then of course a list view if you really want. Different things in the chat or block or whatever. So different ways to view, different ways to explore, different ways to have fun. Nearby tells you the different things. So see who's around. Your location stays private. You choose to be seen when somebody's nearby. You can tap your profile right now feed. Say you're available to meet, which we haven't talked about yet. Add things to the map, layers and exploring, people, places, heat, extra places that are good, people want to check out. And of course, only while you're here. Location, it's never the exact location, it's like the general area, but close enough so it's not like you're on the other side of town or something, but it's for your safety, of course. All right, so with that being said, we want to do that really fast, but again, the nearby is not sniffies and you see the grid as well. But of course, you can chat, you can explore users, you can see the social feed, groups, whatever, and find users near you and afar as well. So it's all intermingled, which is super great. So I'm going to hide this. And actually, I'm going to go back to right here, right now. So if you're looking for the right now, kind of like the Sniffies wall that has that form kind of like goes and goes and goes, and people are posting what they're doing, that would be like this, a right now wall. And you can add photos, you can add tags, which I think the photos is different because Snippy doesn't let you do that, at least to like, that form feed. Share your story if you want. You can mark them available for the next 60 minutes by default. And then again, you would see the wall, what's happening when the users are posting. Now I want to, actually, I shouldn't have pressed X out. I lied. Sorry. The I'm available button. Ready? So I'm available lets you say connect now, maybe just chatting. So if you're just chatting or looking at the app, looking at your messages, looking at pictures that you want because it's late at night, you don't feel like going anywhere, just say just chatting. Nothing wrong with that. And what it would do, it would put that red circle around your profile, for example, or maybe you'll connect now. You could put how long you think you want this to stay active so it turns off automatically, and what you're looking to do. Grab a drink downtown, meet up at, Slammers. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Where to find me if that's the case, and of course add a photo and so on and mark it. So it's super easy, all built in, and nothing crazy like in the sense of being difficult. So I believe you all gonna really love that. And so that's in the gist, the nutshell of the nearby feature. X out of that. But cream, again, cream isn't necessarily the nearby feature, it just lives under that aspect, because you have now, as you see, count your cream. Talk about the tally logging. So now cream is super fun because this is actually going to become a physical product for Bearback on our flagship lineup now that we are transitioning and doing different things with the loops and stuff due to the manufacturing concerns we've been talking about that we've had, not really anything safety wise, but like production wise that causes us an issue to sell and get the product to you, as you've been seeing or reading if you've been following along, which we're not getting into that now. Anyway, so now you can track your tallies. So private check the moment that count or share the ones worth showing off. And so maybe this is something that you want to be like the Sniffy's Motel 6 guy again, and you want to track and do everything. Well, you can go here, you can log a cream, amount, you can do whatever. They come up as tally marks. You can give it a title, hung with buddies. I don't know, whatever you put one. I'm just put shush because we don't want to say anything. Kinky. add your own if we wanted to, who gave it to you, so you can um, search and tag other members to verify that they're real. So people who are looking can be like, oh, this is real because it's verified user. Add your location, use your current. Again, it's like kind of roundabout. Make this a public cream. That means that if it's a public one and you have images attached or information, people can see it on your profile or on the map under your cream. So you can see no more about you, which is fun. Custom time, photos and videos. Excuse me. And you get, of course, photos and videos of whatever you want to add of how you got that cream. And of course, a cream could be anything you want. So it could be something as, you get custom colors, you can connections are public. Like there's a lot of privacy and open features because you might have here like took my medicine this week or didn't have a mental breakdown or like, whatever, I drank all my water today, and that's what makes it fun, right? So, actually, I deleted it. I should go like this and log it, right? So I logged in. As you see, I have 5 tally marks. Yee! Or you can click here and show as a counter as well. Fun, and you see it there, but I think that's because let's see, I forget if it does it there. Yeah, it does it there. The tally show up there. And you have streaks, so if you do like a cream every day, and there's this cream right there. We just have to like I didn't name it before is why. Edit counter. Like yeah, there you go. So you can see. So now it's not like generic. Yeah. So hung with buddies. Say I hung out with my buddies every day this week. I would get creams, and the streak will go up and stuff. And you see the main aspect up there, which is great. And of course, because cream allows you to help you, accomplish your goals, whatever those goals are, like going to the gym or hanging out with your friends, like I said, or going to the Meltel 6. Right here on the same page, you can view who's nearby, and there you go. So super fun, super exciting, and just like I've seen a lot of people use like random like counter apps that are just like covered in ads, or they got to pay for extra every month and a little in-app purchase or something, and they're not as like branded and they're not as fun. They're kind of clunky, very basic, but they love it, and I get it. So that's where cream comes in handy, and it's even more and obviously meant to build connections and whatever that is. It's like a smart goal, smart, right? And it's a little different. Your smart goals are like smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. But a cream goal is like creative, resilience, easy, whatever attainable and memorable. I think it is what he said it is, cream. And so whatever you do for your goals, you can log them. And if you notice the map in the background on this page, actually, it's not a live location or changes. It's like when you do load the page based on your location currently, the map does like move to that area. So it's not like live as you're watching and walking around. But it just, again, gives a little bit of a homey look and really exciting. So in a nutshell, again, that is cream and nearby. That's the sniffy side of things, and to the grid, like the guys. And so there's so many cool ways to connect with using Tribe, and I'm so excited for all of you to try it out. There's a couple things that's not really important, crew. We're still working on that. But let me go back up here. So count your cream nearby. Obviously, that is those features just in that menu there instead. So before we do app vibe, I'm going to click on Hi, It's Me. So Hi, It's Me is something I built a little bit ago, but now it's even more so coming about. Beautiful logo. And the point is it's to meet safer with proof that feels human. And what that means is that you can create the request, run the fresh check, then share only what you choose. And what this means is that it helps people, get a little better sense of who you might be meeting in person, right? Even though Tribe is 21 plus ID verified, be on the account. And if you're making an account and you don't have your ID verified or you're waiting for it to get approved because let's say you didn't pass your automatic test for whatever reason, you can still like view the app in safe for work mode. It won't let you change it, and you're in window shopping mode. It will tell you that on the main screen. You can't post or follow people, do like anything, but you can like lurk in a sense, but to like a minimal extent, right? And since everything's marked not safe for work anyways by default, it is pretty limited what you'll see. But at least you can like explore the buttons, and it's a new user, new platform. It's definitely good to have. With that being said, The point is here, it goes over that, basically like this person, either myself, right, or someone on their profile, you'll see that they're verified. They did do their check on their ID. They do have a bareback band or not, which means that they are, again, have one on the site, bought a band, connected it to their profile. It's linked on our servers, and it just kind of shows you even more that they're, again, it's another indication that someone's real, especially because they're willing to then get it tapped, which again earns you each other's points, and it logs and then gives you the opportunity to say, this person wasn't this person or something. So that's the cool part about it. And that everyone else can see. You can do the recently live check pass, and I'm going to show you about that. And then, of course, verified in-person meet. So when you do meet up with someone and you tap their band or their smart holster, you get that like check mark, like, oh, this person was real. And if you have a band or not, obviously someone taps your band and they tap it, you get another like flare icon with the check mark on your profile. I'll show you. I'm going to skip down here actually. Where is it? I think it's not on this page. I forget. And what the color means. So here it is. Understand rings, badges, special verified, and what verification does not promise. So what that means, you click here, it shows you have certain check marks or certain badges on the user's profile. You'll see them on like around their profile, like Pokemon gym badges around their profile page. You'll see that they are verified, they are a Tri Plus member, or they're specially verified, and they have different icons and stuff. So and then basically what happens is if you are someone who comes on here and you have your ID checked, you have a bareback band, you don't have to again, but if you do, and you meet someone actually from the Tri platform, regardless if they have a band or not, and it gets tapped at least from another user's phone, it verifies on your account that you actually met with this person, not just for your reputation and reviews, but you get it like it's a trifecta. There's three things that happen. The four things. It's right here. I should have said that. The trust path. Verified, you get the band linked, you pass the live check, which is right here. I'll talk about, and you verified the tap in person. You get like a special coloring on your tribe profile. And again, that's like this person is legit. Besides doing a background check, which would be separate and paid for and stuff, we're giving you the tools to make you safe and even prevent against deepfake AI videos or people trying to get around it. Now, Hi It's Me isn't available right this second. It's going to be done a little bit later on, especially because it's attached to the band and that's not launched just yet. But again, you can use the band or not, but Verify It's Me, it all kind of goes together, but parts work without the other. So it's useful for all people, depending on how you like it. But point is, you can create a meet safe link. What this does, it basically just says, generate a secure time box link. They open it, see exactly what's shared, and confirm it's really YouTube before you meet in person. Basically, this just gives you a little bit more that okay, this person is kind of saying who they are, at least from their profile and stuff. You can probably trust it, but again, take with caution, you never know. And what you can do here is you create the link, and it's a private box that then it's not just about connecting, but it's about verifying that you're real and they're real. So I'll show you. I keep rambling, but let me just do this. Generate a secure link. You click it, and you would, I guess, yeah, right here. Start this live check, right? So you're going to get a random phrase like, oh, hi, Eleanor, like certain words, and you're going to get a certain position, and you would need to do the live check. And it's only for this one encounter. And so you see, I clicked it and it says, yeah, I have to say out loud, Velvet Thunder, and then do this motion, nod twice, then smile. So that was not gonna work. So point is, you will. Hi, Eleanor. Hey, John. Oh. Be careful. Hi. 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 You're almost done. Okay. Okay. So with that being said, you would say the word and do a motion, and that's done on video that's sent via this link, so it can't be like dubbed or like an existing image or something, because it's going to change per person per thing, and it has to match what the other user sees on their device, saying that this person should be saying this, doing this, and it goes both ways, of course. And that being said, then you know that, okay, well, that person didn't pass the live check. I'm not going to meet up with them because their face didn't look like the pictures they sent me or whatever the scenario was, which keeps you safer, keeps you not wasting your time. Especially people want to say they are, but they like get you all the way to like wanting to meet up and stuff. It happens. This is a way to kind of get around that because people will know, oh, there's a way to check that I am who I am or not. And so I'm not going to be that person, I guess you can say, right? So that's fun. Again, we're still working on that just a little bit. And so then when Bruce AI plan, he said all those other features come out sooner than later for Tribe, it will have the option to do a deep fake analysis because even on a video, you never know what could happen with AI and stuff these days. And it's true. What will happen is you will be able to detect the deep fake because we'll be using our AI system and our servers to detect that kind of like fraudulent activity again, because you never know again. So we really built in this high it's me verification. It's built by us. It's going to be continued by us. The wearable works with it or not. Like we really put a lot of thought and time into this. And so it all works out. That's why all of it's under Tribe because this is important. Safety is important, right? And like Madonna says, safety in numbers. My love. She's probably tired. Want to go to bed, Diddley? We're almost done. Anyways, with that, so that's the gist of Hyatt's means the verification, and not all that stuff is like a Try Plus feature. It's just that like to access it and to do those live things, you need Try Plus membership, but like the ID scanning that happens by default anyways. Again, you can buy a bear and not be a Try Plus member. That's fine too. So again, it just enhances those when you are a member. Okay, so that's that in a nutshell. But one of the quick last things I want to show you, we have like two more things or so. You're like, wait, how is all this? And you just launched. Oh, believe me, you don't even know what else I have. Anyway, so we talked about the cooldown. It turns the screen a little different color and then moves the background and so on. But app vibe is something that appears for Tri Plus members. It doesn't hinder communications and stuff. But in the chat, you see the different colors and stuff. But that's where that lives is an app vibe. But it's way more than you just think than just chat bubbles being different colors. Before I get into that really quick, if you do hold down these tiles, you do get to move and edit your screen as you wish to, and those little icons. So it's kind of fun right there. But anyways, back to the app vibe. You click on this. Now, there's a lot happening on here, so don't worry. Make Tribe yours in 3 quick steps. Season, backdrop, and sky. Then your pride color. Swipe through and watch the whole app light up. Now, normal look right now, especially if it's cool down mode, it's dark. But with the seasons, we have an auto scheduler in it that will match what kind of season it is, and you'll see certain things reflect within the glass look on Tribe, and all these panels and stuff you see in the classical menus and things like that reflect this style. Right now, since it is summer, you'll see that it turned orange with the summer heat because it knows, and it will give things an orange hue that you'll see momentarily. Or again, you can click the different ones, and that thing up top just kind of shows you like a preview of it in the sense of what it could look like. So take that with a grain of salt. Let's say we just keep it as auto, and then we're going to sip to the side. Now, this is super fun. Backdrop and sky. So set the scene. Pick a deep space backdrop, then a sky that paints the whole galaxy. Backdrop. The base scene behind everything, cosmic, space, and void are galaxies. So cosmic, you see the background right here, right? Then you have a kind of lighter space vibe. The void is a bit darker with some of the stars. And then live. Live kind of shows you a nice similar stars to the cosmic one, but this, as you can see, is where the fun part comes in. Now, auto knows based on the weather of where you are. The day it's already bright, you don't have to worry about that, and it's clear. There's no weather on it. But if you click clouds, you'll get movable clouds in the background. And if it's storming, it thunders, and if it's snowing, it actually snows. Super cute. And the rain is cool because when you do tilt your phone, the gyroscope, accelerometer, whatever it is, it actually will move and shift the snow and the rain coming down to kind of match the flow of your phone. Like, again, super fun. But anyways, let's just say we click clear. We don't want weather on. And then you say you scoop to the next page. This is how you change the color in those chat bubbles we talked about earlier, or even the like welcome thing on the top of the screen, as well as all those icons and text on the hub screen. So let me show you. Right now, Tribe by default has its coloring that if you're not a Tribe Plus member and you don't have access to this app vibe section, you just leave it at Tribe and that's what it is. And it's beautiful as is. And that's why we did that. But let's say you're like, ooh, I want different coloring. Now this doesn't affect the background, affects the colors that seep into the glass of all these panels, as we call them. And you see you have lesbian, gay male, bisexual, trans, beta, bear, non-bin, otter, pig, pup, leather, asexual, demi, so on, poly, progressive flag, black, Brazil, Irish, Jamaican, native. So whatever kind of like floats your boat, we got all kinds of different app vibes. So let's just for now click on rainbow. See that kind of changes, but it's just like a quick doohickey of it. Let me click done, and you'll see that the icons here now have that rainbow coloring through them versus before it didn't. Look at that, still edging support. Comes up in the rainbow. Again, it's not moving because we are in low power. Oh, that's what it is. My battery's going to die, so it doesn't move that stuff. Otherwise, isn't it working? I was very sad because I really wanted to show you guys. Also, my phone's a little bit cranky with me since I've been really pushing into the max right now with charging and batteries and screen recording and blah. Anyway, so you can click here, app vibe, again, swipe over, make it trans, and now you have, see the pinky and blue kind of color scheme and the words. Again, it would move if you weren't in like that low power mode too. That would also make, again, also the weather move and so on. However, that is the app vibe, which is super fun to really make this yours. Now, with that being said, we went over really everything at this point that's really worth going over. I mean, there's so many features and settings and these you can turn on and off and whatever you need to do. That's really irrelevant right now. One last thing I want to show you, because you're probably like, okay, there's this button up looking thing at the bottom of this screen, and it goes away when you scroll, right, Ray? But then it comes back, and it's just there for decoration, or is it something else to it? Well, let me tell you. Now, if you have one of the smart jocks of ours, you'll see on your smart holster there's something called a Bruce button, because it's a metal button that has Bruce, I embossed, right? Embossed in it, I guess, technically. Custom button that made for the jock. And if you were to place your phone near that Bruce button on the smart holster, that would be how you activate like the sharing of your profile from the BB NFC app we used to have that would link to that. Now that being built in here, we don't need that physical button per se, but see if you're wearing a band or not. So we have at the bottom here, we have like a quick navigation menu, and that's called the Bruce button. That's why he's bruising. It's a little cosmic look. You can see through it. But I want to show you this because when you click on it, this pops up and that summer heat kind of look and that coloring. See how the orange is faded into the glass panel? Instead of going back and forth to your hub or this and that, your quick action menu shows really nicely and it pops up all the fun things. Go to the hub, the social feed, the chat, whatever you want. Actually is the last thing that I would like to go through with you today because there is some things in there so you can just see what we have going on. Try plus. Okay, so this would pop up under that section on that menu. But anyways, point is, Tribe. Here's the free stuff we talked about. No ads, no pay to belong. Tribe is a real social platform for free. The whole community unlimited. So you get no ads, unlimited people, unlimited messages, all the cool things, no like scruff if you're not a member, pro member, whatever. And you scroll, your inbox is like grayed out and you can't see the people, which is super annoying. There's so many payrolls on all of those apps. It's crazy. And we demolished all of it here. So all of them, and especially all this in one, like, like Scruff might have like some like travel stuff and things, but it doesn't mean we won't get there. We have other things already planned that they have obviously don't have, but we have all those kind of things and more in the sense of like not charging you for silly things. Anyways, unlimited messaging, those distance walls, like the radius on Sniffies. If you're not a plus member, you have like that like a mile around you, whatever the heck it is, right? Obviously, no nearby. It's only a Tri Plus member, so I get that. But everything else, again, even so, there's no caps and limits and tiers, any of that nonsense. The whole community is yours, albums and things, the 24-hour stories, the app lock contest and rewards, so everyone can enter no matter what. Work with your Bearback band and get your verified and get your referral bonuses and stuff. Now, if you want to be a Tri Plus member, you get things like Cream nearby, who's viewed you, you know, get profile boosts on the map, and that would cost you money extra and stuff on Grinder, but we give it to you for free in your plan. But again, it's a couple dollars versus a lot of money for those other platforms. You can reply into the past, reviews and the ratings, incognito browsing, longer stories. So instead of just 24 hours, you get 48 and 72-hour options, which is really awesome. You get certain flair that people know who you are, animated profile pictures. You get access to my clean tally counters, of course, clickable profile links so people can go to your Instagram without asking you, without taking up those views. Bio characters, the app vibe picker that change the colors and weather on the app, then the different icons and themes that we come out with, typing indications, scene, messages, like everything is enhanced. The DL mode, kind of different icons and stuff, read receipts, smart box in filters, like the conversation tags as you saw, the color ones. You could tap on a user's profile and you can enlarge it as a Tri Plus member. And then you also get, I don't have it on here. I'll have to show you, things in that things in that dynamic island that you get like little animations and stuff, and it makes it more fun and exciting to just use in little nuanced details. And you get the notification, the lock screen that shows you how many days you've been in the tribe, and it counts it as a progress bar. And again, a lot of just extra fun things to make the app super cool, super stand out, especially compared to the other pro apps that everyone complains about. There's nothing to be here to complain about. So we need you to flood the platform soon, either as a free member or a Tribe Plus member. Either way, we want you part of the tribe as you have been so far. And of course, you can chat risk with Bruce AI and stuff, and he'll check in the safety features that we talked about, all included as well. And to briefly go over it before we end today's video is Try Plus AI with Bruce. Bruce actually is animated. He'll talk to you. We're getting that worked on the chatbot. So Bruce is more than just a chatbot as well. He can be like a virtual talking chatbot with you, but a chatbot in the sense of asking questions, doing a paper, making an infographic, making an image, either safe for work or not safe for work because it's our own server, different things of the such. You could have, again, you'll have Bruce be able to auto draft replies as he gets to know you. You can send it on fully, and he'll just reply to people's chat messages for you from in your voice, how it learned that you speak, how it knows how you like to interact with people as it gets to know you. And it will give you have 1,000 messages and 50 images just within that plan. Again, it's like really a couple dollars, especially compared to the other grinders. You can talk to Bruce. He writes with you like captions and stories for your social posts or your stories. AI image generation that are super cool. We have our own servers and like checkpoints and just features in that to make them realistic and super cool. Obviously, when that comes, a natural Bruce voice. Bring your own AI. So if you have an AI plan through OpenAI, Anthropic, others, you can install your key, API key to access your plan. And then, of course, the high safety, deep check stuff. And so super cool. Again, that'll only be a few bucks more. Again, that's because that stuff costs a bit more. We have to run those on extra computing power and things like that to have that done. Hence why it's an extra thing. But besides that, everyone, I know there was a lot and we went through so much, and I'm sure we can talk about way more too still, honestly. Um, ins and outs and the fun things about it, but we really went over everything, and I really hope that you truly see the magic that we've put into Tribe in general, especially the iOS app, and things will flood into Android and onto the web. Just be patient. On the web, you have things like the Stroke Genie, and you'll probably have Live Lounge to go live with your friends and stuff on there prior. And so on. So, with that being said, there's so much to discover. We have like a games coming out for it, like all kinds of stuff. So, really just join tribe, build your own tribe, be you. And again, we're not going to shadow ban you. We're not going to ban people. We do have an appeal process, of course. We are real humans, as the tutorial will show you in the beginning of the app when you first sign up. It talks about how we have no ads, no bots. We don't just ban you randomly. You're not, because like, how many times I've been banned from everything, like everything from MailChimp, email software to Instagram, right? And you lose all your stuff. And out of nowhere, you wake up one day, you said something jokingly, or something happened, someone reported you, and you lose all your content, and it's just awful, right? Especially if you are a spicy content creator or something that's just not meta exciting about. We're able to give everyone a home in our universe and give them a space that they don't even like necessarily pay for, but it helps if you are a tribe member. And it's supports our small brand, and it's not run by Big Brother or being watched or your privacy is being, taken advantage of or anything like that. So with all of that being said, and I'm sure there was more we could go over, but for now, I think we're done. I'm tired. It was a lot. It's a long video. So everyone, thank you again so much. I really hope you're excited to try Tribe out, either on the web or especially iOS, because Tribe Plus memberships and everything, again, is more flushed and used and feature-wise on the iOS app right now versus even the web version. You'll be patient and hang with us, but the web version will kind of be our like last thing to be updated in that regard, because we do need to focus on these apps that are being more important for users, and especially everyone loves apps versus a website, so that's just kind of part of it. So with that, everyone, I really hope, if you're watching this still, I really hope you all do, that you're excited for this, because this shouldn't be much longer. Right now, we are just waiting for Apple to approve our build for our external beta links. We can send the public link out to anyone who has an iOS device. They can try it, give us their feedback, and so on. But more so, once that's done and we have the beta done, any fixes we need to do, and so on, we'll officially be on our 1.0 launch. But if you look and you see everything we've been doing, this isn't really a 1.0 launch, because we're really, really sophisticated in this. And something I want to mention before that I'm aware about is that I worked with apps, over 100,000 apps, while my time at Apple, doing things and understanding the app review process and so much more. And that's why this comes kind of natural to me. I'm a big tech person. I've been into tech. I'm a designer. I'm the one who designed all of this. My imagination, the creativity, the workflow, using literally over 100,000 apps with developers around the world, like not taking inspiration from them, because this is light years ahead of anything I've ever seen, even with all those apps or all those years. And it's been numerous years now that I've been away from that besides. But the point I say that is because that's being a game designer, right? That's my degrees in. I have narrow degrees in AI as well. I have a master's in marketing. I have all these different tools. I've been a graphic designer for 15 plus years, doing all kinds of things, working for big brands, small brands, invisible brands, global icons, and like Disney and Netflix, and taking all this experience and putting it in here with Bearback, and that's what's leading all of this, and that's what's super exciting. Oh, actually, and the last thing I want to talk about, that I mentioned in a few things before, like some ads or email threads and stuff like that with Bearback, is that we talk about how we built the foundation, the building blocks, right, of the system. Instruct itself. It has nightly routine and bug checks, and it follows behind me as I'm developing, as well as fix things or catch things. And it's super smart, and it's better than having, necessarily a team of developers we have to pay for, and so on. And also, by having Try Plus memberships from the website, not in the app, we can save that 30% that Apple would take from that, so we can lower the cost. So we really went all around to make this special for you guys. And with that being said, making sure that everyone feels like they're being fairly treated on the platform, not being nickel and dime, blah, blah, blah. We really made it super simple if you even decide to be a Try Plus member. But with that, we built the founding blocks. And when I kept saying about the glass, and I talk about the panels, as you can see here and stuff like that, right? These panels that you could be like, oh, kind of like liquid glass from iOS. Now, it's actually called Bespoke Glass, because Bespoke is my agency design, and I have an operating system that I built that it's actually what's kind of helping me power Tribe and fix it and do the automation loops and things like that. Um, but more so, it's the look of the app. So even if someone wanted to build this all these in one, it would never look like our app, because besides my imagination and creativity and resilience of getting this done, The point is the glass on glass, all those things, the way they flow, the color seeping in, that was all built. That was like a side quest of mine, became a main quest, and then became a whole thing, like a whole thing, a whole like Mac app coming out related to Bespoke, and it being like basically taking advanced AI and making it super easy for everyone, regardless if you understand AI or not. And it helps you learn and do better in your careers and stuff. And it's just super cool. But, anyways, with that system, I have my own UI, my own material system, you can call it. And that material system allows us to have this beautiful look. And no one can really replicate it because it's fine. And then also as I'm building things, I don't have to constantly reiterate or have certain themes or packs and skills that need to like be tweaked on or say look like Apple liquid glass because bespoke glass is inspired by liquid glass, of course, to adhere to your iOS device, and then even on the web and/or on a website and/or Android device, it will, an even older iOS device, right, that doesn't have all the bells and whistles or faster processors and stuff. It adapts and it's nice. And it has different looks. There's three different layers of this glass, and it's like all the foundational building blocks I keep talking about is the system that builds it, it checks it, it's my material system. It's everything that I'm just kind of rambling, but it all goes together. And it makes it just extra, extra, extra special. And that's how we get this beautiful look. And that's how we know it also is going to stand out because it isn't anything else out there because created from this ground up, right? So, with that just being said, I'm so excited that all of you are here and you love it, and I know you're gonna love it. So, hang tight just a little longer to be part of either our beta. You can reach out, DM me, you can message, do whatever you want, or reach out and look at our socials at bareback g dot on Instagram or TikTok or our website barebackgear.com. It's the shop, and of course, again, if you have on our email newsletter, you can sign up via the barebackgear.com website. You can visit tribe at barebacktribe.com. No www, leave that stuff off. And again, until then, like Tribe iOS is more flushed through and out than the web version. So I recommend just hanging tight as you sign up for an account or whatever onto Tribe because it won't be long at all until this is out for everyone to use. So hang tight. And until then, everyone, goodbye, farewell, and we'll see you real soon.